Everyone, welcome to the Nick from Millburn postgame show. I'm joined by my co-host right now, Tom O'Brien from North Carolina. Tom, how you doing, brother?
Good, doing good.
So Seton Hall with another comeback, right, Tom? Another
Oh my
comeback.
God. Oh, I'm losing my
60
hair. I don't even have any more hair after this one. Jesus.
So we were down at half yet again, 41-33. We ended up winning 69-64. And Brian D. Novell's, who's been on this show, said there's the easy way, the hard way, and the Seton Hall way. And you know what? What about all these comebacks? Like, the good thing, Tom, is you can't count us out of any game, right? But it
No.
just gets,
Ugh.
crazy, right? Like, can we do anything easy?
We don't have any easy games, Nick. Not one easy game, no matter who you're playing. Again, it's a tale of the tape. I'm sorry, the first half, I don't know. You can't. Marquette came out. They shot 7 of 9 from downtown in the first half. That's a good stat. That's they played well in the first half.
Yeah.
We didn't play bad. I don't think we played bad in the first half, but they shot a higher percentage, and you saw in the second half. And I don't know if Shaw's listening to your show, Nick. They went a little zone there.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that, brother, for weeks now. That let's just mix it up a little bit. Let's just mix it up. Stay out of foul trouble. You don't commit as many fouls when you're in zone. As coaches, we know that, and they did it, right?
Yeah. My brother-in-law and my sister were at the game, and they were sitting right where the players come in and out. And my brother-in-law screams, "Hey, Coach Tom O'Brien said spread a little zone, Shaw." And then look what happened. No, that's not because of him.
What section were they? What section were they in? Because I wasn't there today. But my family's in section 11.
They wanted to meet you, but you told me you couldn't go.
Yeah.
But
we're right there where the players come out. Like, we're right there, like, for years.
And that's his uncle is Butch, so he wanted to get a picture with you.
I would have loved it.
We got plenty of games here, but again, we are Jekyll and Hyde, Nick. We play a good second half usually, and even the announcers. I don't know if you were listening because I know you had to work. They're like, "Yes, this is where Seton Hall always wants to be." They're down a little bit going into the second half, and here we are.
See, the fear with that, and I'd like to, even at the beginning of the year, we were falling behind. The fear in that is one of these games, you're just not going to be able to climb that mountain and get back. It's just you put yourself in a hole. And we had talked about this, and Shaw did not want to change the lineup, and he didn't want to change it more for like mental reasons. He didn't want to screw around with what was working, with moving kids out, messing them up in the head. But again, if you look at the minutes, right, everyone was saying Mike Williams and Elijah Fisher, maybe those two guys shouldn't start as much, and maybe, Payne also. But basically the two people were saying were Fisher and Williams. And Fisher played 18, Williams played 15. Tawan Simpkins off the bench, played what Bud Clark played, 33 minutes. Josh Rivera off the bench, 18 minutes, which was as much as Fisher. And then Najee Hines, who everyone would like to see play even more, had 15 minutes. So are you a fan of, like, it doesn't matter who starts, it's minutes, but you can't always get in this hole, right? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, we're always behind the 8 ball in the first half. I don't know. I understand what Shaw is trying to do. We've had this lineup since day one. We've got 16 wins, so it didn't happen where I was making changes. I think he's just saying this is what we have, and these guys come in off the bench. But if Marquette didn't shoot 7 from 9, we would have been in the driver's seat in the first half. But they shot 7 from 9. We did out-rebound them. I don't know if you saw the stat sheets there. One good stat sheet that hopefully this continues is we shot 40% from 3. That is big. We were 4 of 10 from downtown. And if we can do that, we can. Oh, if we can shoot 40%. That's going to help. I think the last game we were in the 40%. Obviously, Simpkins had an awesome day from downtown there, but and then foul trouble. I don't know. We weren't in foul trouble, not really like we have in the past. So I don't know if the officiating is letting us play more. Definitely, there were some questionable calls in the second half with our friends there, Pete, that was reffing. But all in all, it could have been a quad 3 loss. Thank God it wasn't. But our next big step is Villanova.
Yeah, but before we get to Nova, and we'll get into that, but Adam Bud Clark, 33 minutes, 8 for 16, leading scorer with 19. But what I like the most is 6 assists. So I saw that trend last game. He's trying to get everyone else involved. If he could do that and score and stay on the court, right? Stay on the court, 33 minutes, that's big for him. And then AJ St. McCray stepped up, had one of his better games, 3 for 4 from 3, 30 minutes, 11 points. If he could hit that outside shot, or Simpkins was 1 for 4 from 3. But we need someone to complement Clark from 3. And then we also need, let's be honest, an inside presence. Payne was 4 for 6 with 9 points and 9 rebounds. So that's a solid effort from your center. That's a solid effort from your big guy. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, Josh Rivera off the bench, 18 minutes, 3 for 3, 6 points, 6 rebounds. This is the kid that everyone's like, why did they gobble him up from Fordham? And he's just being a role player. And as you know, as a coach, you need role players, right? You can't have 5 guys that want to shoot the ball. And he's doing whatever he can to help the team. And I think that team first attitude is solid. I think it's very solid. And then the other thing, little disappointed in, and I get it, every game's different. Jacob Dar only 4 minutes today. So between Fisher, Rivera, and Dar at the 4, there's only X amount of minutes. And Jacob got the short end of the stick. I would have liked to see him play a little bit more. What do you got? What do you think about the lineup and the in the 4 spot? Do you want? I mean, Fisher not awful, 3 for 5, 7 points. But your thoughts?
Like you said, who can handle the ball when Clark drives the lane and he dumps it off there? Fisher kind of struggled a little bit. Rivera had 3 assists. I don't know if you caught. There's really 2 good ones that he had that he knew he's getting better with his passing for sure. But yeah, those minutes are pretty much like you said. Those 4 players are the ones that are going to be fighting for those minutes, I think. But yeah, more of Bud Clark being a creator, being unselfish. You saw towards the end, they were giving him that mid-range shot because they were concerned about his penetration to the hole. That's what they were like, okay, we're going to give him that little range. Remember, he's only 5'10", but they were giving him that spacing. And he just said, okay, well, then you're going to give me that. I'm going to make these shots. And he did down the stretch where we needed him. 100%.
He's a kid out of Philly, tough Philly kid, like a tough, New York, New Jersey street kid, grew up playing in the playgrounds. Tough kid and little chip on his shoulder. Because like you said, he's undersized, 5'10", wasn't that heavily recruited, right? Had a good high school career, went to Merrimack. Again, leading scorer at Merrimack. Then he decides to go in the portal and didn't get a ton of interest. But Shaw is like Rivera. Shaw's a pretty good judge of talent. And Shaw sees something in players. And that's the thing. When you and you know this as a coach, when you evaluate a player, you're not only looking at them for what they are now, but you're evaluating for what you think they can become, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I think that's how Shaw does it. It's not like, with the vitamin water guy in St. John's, look at the stats, let's throw our money at some kids. We don't have the luxury of doing that. But what we can do is we can have a coach who evaluates talent, who can project a kid's strengths and see how those strengths will fit into our program. So I don't know. I think as long as Clark can stay out of foul trouble, because the other thing also, is right now with Felton being out, Trey Parker is the backup point guard, and he hasn't been playing that much point. He's been playing a lot of two, and his confidence looks a little shaken also. So right now we don't have a backup point. So I think I would say moving forward, one of the keys to our success is Bud Clark staying on the court. Correct?
Yep.
What do you think?
100% there. Again, the announcers were like, there was 10 minutes to go. He had 2 fouls, and they're like, Bud Clark's coming back in this game. He was sitting right next to Shaw. I don't know if you caught that when he got his second foul. And I'm like, yeah. And then Turner came in, and he just didn't look confident. He had a couple turnovers there, passing. And then next thing you know, Clark's back in the game. He is the general out there. He's the Gerald Green that we had years ago running the show there. Except Gerald didn't score, 19 points a game. He would give you 10, but he would give you, 7, 8 assists. But he would run the show to make sure the ball movement's moving from one side to the other side. Nova last night, I don't know if you caught the game against the Providence Friars there, but they took 30 3-point shots, Nick.
Wow. 30.
So, and they're averaging in that range of the high 20s. So when they play us next week, I don't know how you attack that type of offense there. Obviously man to man, but they move the ball. I mean, Willard's team, they move the ball so well. We got to sprinkle in a little zone there, just to sprinkle it in. What are your thoughts when we're playing Nova, especially as their efficiency is very well. They shot 50% against the Friars, and they blew them out by 14 or 15 points.
I'm a Willard fan, and I knew he was going to do well at Nova. And what Willard does is Willard says two things. College basketball has come into shooting the three and defending the three.
Yep.
And he emphasizes both those things. What he also does as a coach, and I watch this for years, he starts out in a token press. Then he drops back into a 1-3-1 matchup. And then at the end of, with 10 seconds left, they dispense into a man. I mean, he stole that from Pitino, who was his mentor. But, if anyone knows Willard, it's Shaw. Shaw was an assistant with Willard at Iona, and he was his head assistant and chief recruiter at Seton Hall. So, again, they know each other very well. I think Kevin's a very good coach. His team, when they came in, was very prepared for us. Mm-hmm. This is a big win because if you look at the numbers of wins that we need, we're 2 games over, or we're 1 game, 6-5 in the Big East. So that's 11, 9 games left. Road games are at a premium. And I was saying, Paul and I were saying we needed to go 5-0 at home, 2-3 on the road to have any chance and to make the tournament. And this is a game, that we didn't think we could win. So I think we could go there and maybe steal this game. It's not out of the realm of possibility, right?
No.
We can beat them.
Oh, hands down, we definitely can. But they can blow us out, especially if you're shooting 50% from downtown and you're taking that many threes when most of your offense is shooting threes. So I'm sure Shaw's going to watch all the tape and be prepared. But we've got to score. Yeah. We've got to score. I think you said if we score 72 plus a game, our chances become are very good when we're shooting 72. So
69 today. And again, we hold the team to 64 because we're defense first. Okay. So if you keep a team in the 60s, get around 72, 73 yourself, you're gonna be successful, right?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm looking at Marquette. They scored 41 points. So they were on their pace to be over 80 and fell way short. They scored 23 in the second half.
We clamped down the second half defense again.
Yeah,
that's 2 games in a row. We tightened up defensively.
Yeah.
And that as a coach is part of it is making adjustments at halftime, whether it be the lineup or like you said, mixing in a little zone or and the other thing too is, you are what they say you are on the back of your baseball card. You're shooting 7. What did you say they were 7 for 12? from
No,
threes?
7 for 9 in the first half.
7 for 9. You're not going to keep that up, right?
No, no,
if
no.
you do,
No.
right? So you have to come back down to earth sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. Let's get Bill on. Bill, pop on. Christina, pop Bill on. Bill was actually, so out of the three of us, Bill, the unofficial mayor of Orange. Tom, I don't know if you heard up here, but this snow has been insane. Like we got hit with a ton of snow, and then it got really cold. It's 8 degrees. People are miserable. And people were like really late getting to the game the other night because everyone, I'm not blaming any road department, any town. It's just hard to do, right, with all this flipping snow. But Bill, how's everything going in Orange? You guys clean up the snow in Orange?
Yeah, we're work in progress, my friend.
Everything good? Thomas Boulevard clear?
Everything is good, my friend.
How are you? How was the game today?
It was great. Second half, Seton Hall, tale of two halves. Like I said on the prior show, they played the first half, then you got to play the second half. And Seton Hall played a good second half. Their defense stepped up. I thought it was a big win for the Hall. Good crowd environment, Jersey Day. You can't get better than that, man.
Did you get your free jersey shirt?
Oh, no. I couldn't get it. I don't know why I couldn't get one.
Tom, he goes in the press. He just shows his little thing. I'm Bill from Orange. Little press pass. Come on in, Mr. Hathaway. Here, please. Here's your seat. He's in press row. He's like, oh, my God. So, yeah, he doesn't go in with everyone else.
Yeah.
Bill, read our friend JD Walker.
Oh, JD sat right next to me. Clark had 17 points in the second half of his 19. Rivera had only 6 points, but stepped up big down the stretch. You know what I'm curious about, Tom? You're the type of coaching. Why do you not bring in? Why do you keep shifting Hines in and out of the game? Why does the coach do that?
We talk.
Tom, you handle that one.
Yeah, we talked about this in the beginning here, and I think what Shaw wants to do is keep what he's had since day one, right?
Okay.
And we have 16 wins right now.
Yeah.
I think he wants to keep the consistency of, this is what I do in the 16-minute mark, 15-minute mark. I'll bring in Hines. As a coach, I mean, this is his show. My show would be a little bit different. I would,
and he knows what he's doing because it showed the other game the other night. It was like they played one half of the court. Like you play 4 quarters in football, so we played one half bad and the other half good. So the other half wins. It's like Monopoly. They play chess checkers, and Seton Hall came back with an aggressive defensive stop at multiple times. But you know what? The first half, Marquette was like shooting away like I thought it was 80% at the halftime when they were shooting all those threes.
They were 7 of 9. So just like Nick said before, you're gonna run out of gas there. You're not gonna shoot 7 for 9 in the second half, and they didn't. They finished 11 of 19. So they made four. I mean, they shot a high percentage. And Bill, I was telling Nick
in the first half, I got the halftime sheet here. Seton Hall was 14 of 31. They got out rebounded 16 to 12. Marquette was 15 of 28. I mean, it's a tale of two halves.
2 halves, yeah. And then we clamped up the defense. Bill, you were at the game. What happened at halftime? Why were we delayed in start? Tom, why were we delayed starting the second half? Some lady spilled a beer. What happened? Is that true? What happened?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but they cleaned it up. I did a little beer in the court, a little water, whatever. No spite.
Pop on. What? I'm curious. What happened at the end of the first half? Christina, come on. Christina was at the game. Real quick. Where is she? She's keeping me hanging. I don't know what was. I wasn't there, but I heard there were reports that there was a spill, or I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. We came out, but I think Shaka Smart was a little pissed that there was a delay to the second half with that. I don't know. Why do we get off to bad starts? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what it is with Seton Hall. Seton Hall, like I've been following Seton Hall for many years, as you know, Nick. And it's like you have to understand the tempo of the game. Is it a 12 o'clock game? Does it matter? I'm not a philosophy of like Tom. He's a coach. Does 12 o'clock games affect teams? I don't know. I don't know if it does. I really don't know if you're like, because Seton Hall doesn't have to play until Wednesday. But does the 12 o'clock game affect the team when they have an early start? I mean, that's my philosophy. That's what I was saying.
Before we get to Tom with that, let me just handle Lou Monaco. The broadcast said it was a huge drink spill. Yeah, some lady dropped her beer. That's the huge drink. Like, come on, Christine. You know what? If you're gonna drink, what, Christina? What's up? What happened?
It was so funny. She was walking in the front row, and she must have hit a wet spot, and she just fell right in front of the broadcasters.
The lady fell?
Yeah, she went down.
She's okay.
She went down, and so did her beer. I mean, she sat there and watched the rest of the time. So,
yeah, that's nobody's fault. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. All right, thanks, Christina. So one thing, Bill, and just so you know this, because when my son was part of the program, I knew this. They the night before they stay at a hotel for home games.
Okay.
So it's not. So it used to be the Short Hills Hilton. Someone told me it's somewhere different now. But anyway, they prefer to keep everyone all together. So no one's out the night before the game. They got their doing film study or whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I understand.
But and then what they also do, Tom, you'll find this interesting. If they have a 12 o'clock game, Willard was big on this. The day before, what time's practice? 12. Right. So if he has a 9, like so he tries to get him in that rhythm. But do you think the starting time matters?
Hey, well, I have a question for Bill because I wasn't there. How cold was the place?
It was a little cold at first.
Yeah.
Because it's a hockey arena.
Yeah.
Because of the temperature outside,
Christina, excuse me, time, man.
Yeah, it was freezing. I mean, it's been cold the past couple of times. I think it's just because it's cold outside. But with where we sit, sometimes I feel like they open the loading dock doors or something because you just get a gust of wind from the tunnel.
Yep. Yeah.
Is there a hockey game tonight? Is that
no? We looked.
No hockey tonight.
We were surprised with the 12 o'clock start and the cold, but no, there was no game today.
Well, 12 o'clock is either two reasons. It's either because of hockey or it's because of TV. Because they try to get in all the Big East games. So I imagine today was TV.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, because UConn and Creighton is on at Fox at 8 o'clock. So, I guess it's all about the TV ratings and all that.
Yeah, that's the prime game. And this game was on Peacock.
Yeah.
This wasn't even on the Fox network, FS1, True, and all that stuff. This was a Peacock game. People were having trouble finding it.
And
the women are on True TV tomorrow. If you guys want to, a tidbit, women are on True TV tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but Bill, going back to your question about 12 o'clock, and I look at the cold, right?
Okay.
I don't know what time they get there. If that was me, I would have them on the floor by 9:30 doing shoot-arounds. I don't know what time they get there, but at least to break a sweat because it's tough. It's tough. Because you're there in the morning, and then you got that cold wind, like Christina was saying. That's constantly coming in. You're not comfortable enough to get that sweat in and get that rhythm that Nick was saying before. But I don't know. We just talked about Nova. We got to go to Nova. I think we can beat them. We've got to put up points. We've got to score 72 points a game. We got against that team. And Bill, they shoot threes. Their last game against Providence, they shot 30.
They shot a lot of threes on them.
30.
Yep.
So hopefully Shaw's going to watch that tape and the tape before and the tape when we played them. And then let's see what the lineup looks like going forward. I'm already thinking of next year. I know this season's not over, but I'm thinking, who's going to come back? Who is going to come back? And you got NIL.
I know. I know.
Who's coming back so that you can keep them running today together as we go into next season? So, like my buddy at New Mexico, they already know 2 players are not coming back. They already know.
Wow.
They already know they're gone. One's a starter. One comes off the bench. These kids get paid quite a bit, but they know they're going to be gone. So I would like to see, do we have some type of, does Shaw know, or maybe he does not know? Because it's this damn NIL stuff that, kids are just, Fisher's a great example. This is his 4th team, go where the money is. So is Bud Clark going to come back? Is Hines going to come back?
Yeah. You know what? The NIL has just gotten so crazy, and the rules have gotten so crazy. I mean, there is going to be a seventh year player on Alabama football.
I've seen that the other day.
Nuts. That is totally nuts. Then there was another kid, I think, on Oklahoma.
I couldn't believe that. I don't know why the NCAA allows that.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's allowed.
But then there's another kid, and they filed an exception. There's another kid on Oklahoma who played 3 years for Oklahoma football, right?
Oh, wow.
And no, listen. And he played 4 games his first year as a lacrosse player for Oklahoma. So they tried to get him an exemption. He wouldn't get the exemption. So now he's playing in the Senior Bowl yesterday. So guys, one thing first, because we're talking about when the team arrives. Nick Jr., if you're out there, you might have a clue because you were involved in it for 4 years. What time do you think they got there? And we're going to bring on Christina. We got a couple people in the green room. We're going to bring on one at a time. You guys stay on, please.
Okay.
Pop in, Brian.
Okay.
Brian, what's up, brother?
Brian?
What's up, Nick?
Come on, man. We miss you today, man.
Brian, let me just say, Brian, I paraphrased you. I've said, Brian D. Novellis, there's an easy way, there's a hard way, and then there's a Seton Hall way. I love that quote. Brian, your thought, thank you for joining us. So thank you. What were your thoughts on the game today, Brian?
So Nick, first of all, thank you. I had Greg Horrenda on the show on my podcast last week, and it just came to my mind then. So I keep using it because it's right. Even though we were down at the half, you're like, here we go again. And you're wondering, is this team going to find its defense? Why is Marquette so wide open from 3? Nothing was contested in the first half. Seton Hall never gives up 41 points in a half. And lo and behold, they flipped the switch. They came out. They got their hands in the passing lanes. They forced turnovers. Bud Clark, honestly, has put the team on his back this week. And if he doesn't get, Big East Player of the Week, he's certainly going to make honor roll, right? Because we don't look at every box score. So my thoughts begin with the defense that was played in the second half, Bud Clark, and certainly Josh Rivera. The final 5 minutes, everywhere you looked, Josh Rivera was making a pass. He was getting rebounds. He was, alley-oop dunks. It wasn't easy, but you take it, right? I mean, Billy, I just want to say this. I was there. Yep. I was over your right shoulder. I was there as a fan today. I was there.
I hear you.
So I had my blue on today, and enjoyed it.
Brian, Brian, Shaw has been hesitant to change the starting lineup. But when you look at the minutes are going the way that we kind of think they should be, but yet we're getting in the hole. Do you think there's going to, like every game we're getting in the hole, and one of these games we're not going to be able to climb back on that mountain?
Yes.
So at some point, do you have to pull the trigger? Like, what do you think?
I mean, we don't know what's going on in practice, right? But if you've seen me, and obviously you know me, Nick, I'm pulling my hair out saying, you keep doing the same thing. I mean, is it better to not start the guy and worry about his psyche, or is it worse if you yank him after 3 minutes like you did against Xavier? You know, Mike Williams, I'm sorry. He was an absolute no-show today, and there is zero confidence in his shot. So the coaches have to get with him and find out a way that this guy can make contributions, because he has zero confidence in everything he does. So yeah, Nick, why is it 13-7? Why is it 22-9? And you keep doing the same thing. We can scream until we all see it. We can scream until high heavens. It doesn't matter. Shah has made it clear it's his team and he's going to do it his way. So until he changes it, he's going to keep going with it. You tell me, what do you guys think?
I mean, there is something to loyalty, but then there also is something, and Tom's a coach, and Brian, you've played and you've watched it for a very long time. Sometimes when you don't start, the pressure's taken off of you, right? Like you're a little bit more relaxed when you don't have to start and you can just come into the game. I mean, sometimes mixing it up helps a player, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Look,
Right.
Dan Hurley has changed the lineup.
Right.
Rick Pitino has changed the lineup. Right? It's okay. And you still say to those guys, hey, I'm not starting you, but I still need you.
Right.
Right? Don't let this get it. You're going to earn your minutes. He has proven that. Whoever is playing the best is going to earn his minutes. Elijah Fisher keeps starting. How many times has he finished in recent weeks?
Great point. And Coach Bozzella, and I'll get to Tom in a second. Coach Bozzella did mix up the lineup, and I was at his press conference, and he said, yeah, I just wanted to change things up, but understand, I have 7 starters, so it doesn't matter. I just went with these 5 to start the game, but I might finish with these. And yeah, there's a way to do it, right, Brian?
I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say my source, guys. Okay, I'm not going to say my source, but somebody said to me close to the program, look, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with NIL. You don't know who's calling Shah. You don't know if there's some agreement in some NIL deal. God forbid.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something to it. That's all I'm saying. I trust this source very much. So is it that, or is it just Shah saying, you know what, this is my team, don't tell me, you know, who to put in my starting lineup, or is it a mixture of both?
Frankie, Tom, what do you think?
Well, yeah, exactly. And moving forward, you know, as we go towards the end of the season and into next year, NIL, it's in my back of my mind that, okay, so what are we going to do with players that, are they going to come back? Is Bud going to come back? Is Hines going to come back? That's my concern. We've got UConn, we've got St. John's, we've got Villanova. We have some tough games, mainly on the road. I would like to see Hines in the starting lineup, and he can do it one time, just to see how he reacts, right? But you're right, Nick. Some guys are very comfortable coming off the bench because it's not a lot of pressure. He's a freshman, right? And he hasn't played basketball all of his career. He's been playing football. So why not? Why not put a test out there to see? Because come tournament time, don't we want to have the best players that are playing at that time? Right. At that time. Like Mike Williams, he's just, right now, I wouldn't start him. He played 15 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists.
Bro.
So
anything.
Yeah. Well, I would like, and Nick, we talked about this, that last 5 that played against Xavier when we had that run at the end there. They're gelling together. And that's what it takes. You got to have guys that are gelling together.
Right.
I don't think our first unit is gelled enough.
And Brian, to your point, Brian, you talked about Williams. Shaw liked Williams for his defense, but they were killing us 7 for 9, Tom said, in threes in the first half. So there wasn't defense, right?
Yeah.
So
look, my wife's sitting next to me, and she's like, how do you keep leaving the 7-footer wide open, Ben Gold? Right? It's like, you know, and it was everybody. You know, it wasn't just, you know, Payne or Hines getting caught on, screens. We forgot how to guard the perimeter today and got away with it, guys. Quite honestly, when Nick, you said it, he's the head coach, right? Put yourself in his shoes. Do you like playing from behind? Do you like having to come back every single game?
Right.
When you dig yourself a hole? I'm losing track of how we didn't even lead. I can say we today, right? we didn't even lead in the first half. Not 1 minute, not 1 second.
Wow.
I mean, every game, whether it's double digits or not, it's insane, guys. The starting lineup we won in spite of it the last 2 games. Let's face it.
Yep.
Brian, you want to give us your final thoughts before we let you go?
Yeah. First of all, guys, let me just say this. Thank you for having me on. You guys are passionate, knowledgeable Seton Hall fans, and you really know your stuff. And I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
So keep it up, please.
Thank you.
Keep it up. My final thoughts are this. The next 2 games at Villanova, at Creighton, you have to earn a split, right? If you're a coach, you take 1 game at a time, but you have to earn a split.
Right.
People, Nick, Tom, you said it before, win your games at home. All right. Win your game. I don't care how you win your games at home, but find a way to win home to I'm going to work backwards. Home to St. John's, at UConn, probably not, but I'm just saying, you never know. Home to St. John's, at UConn, at Creighton, at Villanova. Win at least one of those. And if you split those, you're in really good shape. Really good shape. But I like the way the offense has come around the last 2 games, shooting 43% last game and over 50% this game.
Yeah.
So the defense, no matter what happens, for the most part, is going to be there, guys. Tajuan Simpkins said it very well last game. When the ball goes in, it makes everything a little easier. And the offense has been there the last 2 games, and how refreshing has that been? So thank you, guys. Keep up the good work.
Brian, thank you. And Christina has your information. Feel free to pop on anytime.
Hey,
thank you.
Love you guys. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Christina, pop on if you can, Frank and Matt. Frankie, what's up?
Frankie.
No, Matt. Matt left. We kept Matt on hold too long. All right. Then pop on. Who's it? Pop on the Stack Monster. All right, Frankie. I'm sorry, Frankie. He's gonna overwhelm you. So yeah. Sorry, Frank. Go on, Stack.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hold on, I gotta hold around the windows. It's hot as heck in here. Oops, it's a kid.
Where are you?
I'm in the parking lot at ShopRite. Your time was running short too, because when Mrs. Stack Monster gets out, and she's gonna be mad because I was supposed to go in there and help her. So, say a prayer for Stack Monster and his gloves and the hood. We needed reinforcements today. I had to go to the hood at halftime. All right. The gloves just weren't getting it done. I need bigger gloves that can reach all the way behind the 3-point line so that they don't shoot 10 for 10 or 9 from 14 or whatever. But Brian, I wanted you to pop me on with Brian. I want to say hi to Brian. Brian, I got a little X thing going on there. Brian, if you're listening, if you're still watching, what's up, bro? Hey, here's the deal. Brian hit the nail on the head. I don't know anything. That monster knows nothing, but I do know this. The gloves are 2-0. The hood is 1-0. If this continues in the March, I'm going to be sweating my butt off, and I don't have much there to begin with, all right? Great game. How about Josh Rivera, guys? How about Josh Rivera? I think one of you mentioned that when we came back and won that Xavier game, right? That 5 that were on the floor at the end. I don't think Josh Rivera was there, but did he keep his head down? No! The Pippin. Oh, man. The dunk. Was it a dunk? Whatever. 2 big plays back to back. But it was a little hollow for me because Leandro and Landon weren't there today to get everybody pumped up in the beginning, but I had the royal
So let me,
family.
Stack Monster, speaking about Leandro and Landrin and whoever else, let me ask you this. How was the atmosphere today? I heard the student section wasn't that great, but the rest of the arena was kind of loud. How was it, Stack?
Yeah, okay, so it was loud, and then it wasn't loud because of the 3-pointers. And then it got loud again, all right? So the energy was good, and you know what? I tried my best. I posted something a couple days ago, some Stack Monster Junior videos from back in the day, trying to get the fans, the students back into the game. You know, they're kids. They don't listen. They're college kids. They never listen, okay? But us old timers, guys, we're carrying a torch for the students. We set the example. If we build it, will they come? They must come.
One of the best student sections in the history of the university was Timmy Ice and your son, Stack Monster Jr. They need to just take some of that energy and get it to these students, that passion. Guys, I mean, I know they're going to say 12 o'clock on a Saturday, but come on, guys.
Hey, listen to this. I'm going to hail a salute to the Lobsters and Tim Best, because when my son was a freshman, that's what he walked into, and it sucked him right in, and in turn, sucked me right in, baby. And here I am.
All right, thank you, Stack.
All
You're
right,
breaking
guys.
up a little bit. Thank you, Stack. Love you.
Love you guys.
Thank
Be
you.
good. Keep it up.
Thank you. What he was, we just hit one of our record all-time high numbers so far, and then it dropped a little bit. But anyway, I don't know if that has anything in correlation to do with Stack's car, but anyway, so what he was talking about there, years ago, there was, the swim team would come in their Speedos, and that was crazy. And then we had these guys, for whatever reason, dressed as lobsters, and there seems to be none of that right now. Yeah. And I don't know what it is. I don't know I mean, winning they will come, but we're winning. So I don't know what. We have Bill. You want to read Matt Palm's?
Yeah, I got a chance to see Matty today, man. I got a chance to meet him. He's a cool guy. Matty says defense was better in the second half because we defended the threes a little better, which they did compared to the first half. You know, Ben Gold was killing us. He was killing us.
Ben Gold always kills us.
They're killing
us. Christina, pop Matty Palms on, please. Matty, what's up?
Hey guys.
What's going on?
Hey, I loved your call on Hall Line.
Oh, thank you. I like to have fun with that. That's kind of I like to have fun. What are your thoughts on the game today, Matty?
Everyone's been saying, first half didn't defend well. So Marquette jumped out to that 8-point lead at halftime. Second half we clamped down and we did very well, and we went to Bud and State McRae had a great game. He came back. Glad to see him back in the 10 points or more. We had some inside game a little bit. I love the alley-oop dunks. That helps out a little, gets us all excited in the crowd. Other than that, I mean, basically, I've been listening to your show. Everybody covered up. So, I pretty much agree with everything. We're now on the road. 2 games? We gotta go to Villanova, and we have to shake it up and get our bat at home against them, and we have to then go over to Creighton on Saturday of Super Bowl weekend, and hopefully the W there. But as far as the game, everybody covered everything. Back to the starting lineup. I don't think the starting lineup's going to change. I think that's the starting lineup for the rest of the.
And let me ask you this, not interrupt you, but why do you think that? Do you think it's because it should be that way, or because Shah is stubborn?
I think he's the coach. He wants to put that out there and keep it that way. There's a lot of we don't know what's inside, like was mentioned from a previous caller, NIL deal. You know, they practice well. They just don't have, the go-to. Mike Williams, his shot wasn't falling, but he contributed a little bit. Yeah, tough. I mean, there's pain. You know, he had some rough games. He didn't pull out pain. They'll talk about pulling Payne out of the lineup and going to the lineup. So I think it's going to be, unless there's some type of, shake up, that either university or a team rule, that's going to be the lineup for the rest of the year. And I don't think it's as any. I think Shaw's the coach, gets to pick the lineup. We're going to just have to accept it and go from there. Like I said, I mean, I don't have a problem with guys coming off the bench. I mean, Simpkins off the bench provides maybe some more minutes than a starter does. Thing with Hines or Josh Rivera. Josh Rivera played really well today. I have, he's, and that's what you need. I mean, last game it was Dar a little. We have to defend well in the first half. We don't defend. We kind of play lackadaisical, and then we kind of get in that 6-point rut, and then our offense sputters.
Right.
I could say giving up a 3 because put a hand in his face. But if we put our hands up and like we, not to say go back to recreation and college, high school basketball, it makes a big difference. It changes the complexity, and it saw that happen in the second half. And Marquette couldn't pass as well as they moved the ball well around the 3-point line, but to get it inside, they really didn't get it inside. They're very, I watched a couple teams. They could shoot the 3 well, and that's what kept them in the game when they had an open look. Other than that, they really didn't have anything. So other than that, foul trouble can change the complexity of the game. With Bud Clark out, I don't know. I mean, was Parker a little shaken up? I mean, he turned the ball over a couple of times there, and we had so we need a backup point guard. It's supposed to be, Trey Parker.
It was supposed to be Felton, right? Because when I saw them practice at the open practice, I reported back that I thought Parker was going to be Trey Parker was going to be the backup point guard, and I was told that maybe not. Paul Justafan told me that he studies stats more than anyone. He's like, Parker's not a point guard. I'm like, really? He looked like that was what they were positioning him for. So yeah, I'm not seeing play like a point guard right now. But you're right. I said that one of the keys to the season is keeping Bud Clark on the court, right?
Yep.
I mean, I would say maybe that's the biggest key to the season. Matt, before we let you go, let me ask you a question. You made some really good points, and Seton Hall Pirate basketball. You've been watching for a long time. What player is surprising you the most this year?
Simpkins.
Okay.
And is it the number 2 jersey that he's wearing? I don't know. I mean, Bud Clark. Does Simpkins remind me of Ty Shine? I'm going back there.
Yeah, I know. No, we know.
Yeah, could be.
But Bud Clark is turning into Shaheen Holloway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember if he had the fullback jumper like he had, like Bud Clark has, but Shaheen had to drive, and I think and if the guy if the team listens to Shot, and I watch Shot because I'm across the court,
right?
You really have to I don't know if you guys watch Shot, like he's totally into the game. I mean,
for sure
he works it.
The officiating today was a little, it is what it is, but I'm just glad we're not 20 fouls. That's the big thing,
Yes.
That changes our whole complexity of the game. When we stay foul trouble free, and which happened today, we could go a lot of places. And so yeah, getting back to surprising, I would say Simpkins, and especially coming off the bench, he provides a lot of spark. Um, yeah, and
And,
uh,
and Simpkins is another player, right? He like Clark, I was saying, came from Merrimack, got coached up by Shaw. Simpkins, a twin, separates from his twin and comes from Elon, right? And again, that's a level up for him. So I just think Shaw's really good at recognizing talent in the portal and then coaching these kids up. What do you think about that, Matt?
yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at Bud Clark, Merrimack, Elon, schools that are not top
Right.
schools. Trey Parker came from what, NC State. So
NC State, yeah.
State is a top ACC school, so it's one of the premier conferences. But any players we get from the lower level conferences, and he coaches them up, they're playing in the Big East now, and they're starting to, again, we're 4 home games left, right? So, and we got 6 road games, so we got 10 games left, I think. So, yeah, I mean,
four. I think it's 4 home games left and 5 road games left. So 9 games left. Before I let you go, one last thing. We're 9 games left. We're at 16 wins. If we go 5-4, is that good enough? Or
no,
6-3, 6-3.
No, we have to go 5-4, and we have to win a game in the Big East tournament.
Okay, fair enough. Right, Tom, you're shaking your head. Tom, what do you think?
Right, I'm looking at KenPom right now, and we're 50th right now, and Villanova is 28th. If we can pull this upset, we'll be in the low 40s right there, and that would, I would say, a 5-4 would get us in.
Okay.
But our losses are critical. We can't get blown out by 20. If we're losing by 3 and 5, that helps us. Even though it's a loss, it helps us in the KenPom ratings. They look at the points that you win and the points that are against you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that is I'll tell you, if we can shoot 3, and that was my concern coming into this season, we didn't have anyone that was averaging over 30% from 3. If we can shoot today, we shot 4 or 10, right, Bill? 4 or 10. We were 40% from 3. If we can shoot the 3, that opens up the inside and the driving lanes. I mean, we could be a very dangerous team because of our defense. And my brother-in-law, Ralph Citrullo, who was at the game, and he's texting me. He's like, Tom, when they switch to the zone, watch when they switch to the zone. It changed. It changed Marquette's offense big time.
Matt, any final thoughts before I let you go?
Anybody going to the Villanova game?
And anything in the world of Seton Hall Pirate basketball.
No, we gotta pull some road games. I think St. John's was our first road loss. Is that true? Right?
No, we lost.
I think second. I think we were 3-2.
Oh, besides the tournament,
No, we lost to DePaul.
Oh, that was the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, we were 3-2. We were 3-2 at home, or 3-2 on the road, 2-3 at home.
Yeah, we got to pull a couple road wins. If we could take one from Nova on Wednesday night, that would be key. Very key.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, brother.
All right. Talk to you guys.
Matt, feel free to hop on anytime. You're always welcome.
Take care, Nick. Great show.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you. So Tom, Matt made a really good point. Tom, you want to read? We got a new person on.
Okay.
Could you see that? Could you see his comments? You want to read them?
Who is it?
I can't pronounce that name, but we'll say Mike. Do you see
Mike?
Mike's?
Yeah.
Bill, take it.
Mike, I can't spell his last name.
That's okay.
But Mike said, she said, guys are sensitive. Shaw
say
said
that
guys
again?
are sensitive. Say that again. Christina, repeat that, please.
He won't change the lineup. Said the guys are too sensitive.
Shaw said guys are sensitive.
Yeah.
Sensitive. Is that the post press conference? Okay.
Yeah, did he say that again? Because he said that last game. Okay.
Then Mike says
you
he
said that
won't
last
change.
game. Did he say that again?
He won't change the lineup. Shaw
Did
said.
he say that again, Mike? Because that's what he said the last game. Did he say that this game again? Wouldn't surprise me. He said it. But I'm gonna, like, Brian, what Brian said kind of made sense too, right? That you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you don't know who was promised what, how many, who knows, right? We're not privy to that. So maybe it's a combination of both. But again, like we said before, sometimes not starting a kid is doing him a benefit, right? Coming off the bench is, look at Hines. I don't know. Everyone's saying start Hines, including me, but he's playing pretty well off the bench. I'd like to see his minutes increase somehow. And I'd like to see, Hines and Payne play together. We've been saying that all year. And I don't think guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'd like to see Hines and Payne play together more than I'd like to see the lineup, right?
Yep. I agree with you 100%.
I want to see it once, just once.
Yep.
I mean, Nick, in my opinion, I don't know if it matters, but I think Shaheen Holloway has his mind already made up what he's doing. Being questioned, how many people are going to be in the lineup, who's going to be in the lineup. Longs. I don't have a problem with it, but I do is that you have to respect Shaheen Holloway's judgment call sometimes because he knows the business. He's a good coach. He's being questioned, all the time. Change your lineup. So what type of lineup do you want to see? Like, I agree with you, Nick. Payne and Hines. I think that'd be a good combination, or at least in the beginning of the game or in the middle of the game towards the end. But I think his judgment of lineup changes and all the other stuff, it's a key factor also. And everybody agrees, if you change it, what happens next? It's a reaction. Tom, you're a coach. You've been in the business for years. Well, if I change this one, is it gonna be a natural reaction to a key play in the game?
There's risk and reward with that, right? So you don't know, right? You just don't know. Yep. Are they going to be able to sell? I don't want to wait until the end of the season when, hey, let's try this now. That's too late. It's too late. Now, I don't know. I mean, maybe the last game we could have done it. I don't know. But the more I think about it right now, maybe you just keep it as is. They're winning, but we're always playing from behind. We're always playing behind. It's just
Lou Monaco. I'm sorry, Tom. Lou Monaco said he did say I need some guys to play better, and he wanted to get kids rest. As passionate he is on the court, Kyle is just a passionate off. As passion is off. That's what I think Lou is trying to explain to us.
Yeah, he wears his emotions on his sleeve, right? So I mean, what you see is what you get. But I was thinking about this too. Isn't it refreshing in a way that we're talking about lineup changes and playing this guy in that game and starting lineup? Last year we weren't talking about any of that, right? Because we were so awful. It's like we're competitive and we want to see us do better. So we're getting into the game, and that's a really cool thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. I mean, now that we have an opportunity to potentially make the tournament, whereas last year it was over after the first 10 games, pretty much.
Yep.
No, it's all good here. It's great that we're having these conversations. Like you guys
Yeah.
are dedicated fans like myself here, and we want to see
Yep.
the team succeed. What still bothers me is this NIL and how that plays us going forward. Because I'm
I
seeing
mean,
other programs where kids are getting one kid, and I'm getting $800,000, and they know they overpaid him, and they're not going to give him another $800,000 next year. So
no.
for our team going forward, Bud, Hines, guys that they're going to have to start recruiting. And I'm hoping Shaw looks and goes and realizes we got to get some 3-point shooters. We got to, because the Big East is built around that.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, Nick, yeah, defense is great, but we got to be able to shoot threes. We got to.
Yeah.
That opens up the side.
I mean, Tom, we talked to Tom Eccles about this, and Tom knows the NIL inside and out. And he said 3-point shooters are at a premium, right? Because everybody wants.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yep.
And then whatever your budget is, and we have no idea what our budget is.
Exactly.
But whatever the budget is, is your philosophy to go top heavy, right? To overspend on a couple, 2 or 3 players, and then spread the money out a little to your lesser guys, and maybe not have an even 10 or 11 guys, right? Maybe have a top heavy 2 or 3. I mean, because you're only given X amount of money to spend. So how do you spend that money? Like in the NBA, for example, it's like they're spending, on LeBron and, Luka, they're spending a lot on those 2 guys, the Lakers, and then they're getting a lot of other guys, for bargain basement players. Is that I have no idea, because this is college. We're not even supposed to have these problems, right?
I know. Exactly.
But it's a reality, right? Like, how do you spend, your $5 million or whatever it is?
I just got a text from my brother-in-law, Ralph. His uncle's Bud. He couldn't watch the game today because he doesn't have Peacock.
Right.
And one of the questions he said is, do we know where this money's going to, if you're playing on Peacock, if you're playing on these paid channels? Do we know what kind of revenue is coming in to the school? Do we have any senses of, okay, these games are on Peacock, Seton Hall's guaranteed X amount of money? Do we know?
So Ralph, what happens is the Big East negotiates a television contract. And they do it with Fox, they do it with however they negotiate it, and then they get that money, and then they split it up between the what do we have, 11 schools, split it up between the 11 schools, and then Seton Hall with revenue sharing can now split their total pot up of revenue to their student athletes. So you don't have to necessarily rely on getting money from us by donating bricks or a vitamin water guy or whatever. You can still do that. But you're also getting revenue sharing, which kind of helped us a lot, because when they agreed with that, we had all this money and we were able to sign Hines late. So yes, that money from all these TV deals, which is negotiated in collaboration with all the Big East teams, can then be turned around. Did I say that right, Bill?
Yeah.
So your streams are like revenue streams. You got your merch, you got your ticket sales, and you got your TV deal. So and then whatever donations come into Pirate Blue, deductible donations.
I just want to make. I'm gonna make an example. The boxing match for tonight, Danza, whatever they call them.
Right.
You're paying. You're paying. They want you to pay $69 to watch one fight. Okay. And not only, I think it's the undercards also, but where does this revenue go? Paid TV. Some people can't afford Peacock. Say ESPN Plus. I have ESPN Plus. I can't even get the Royal Rumble today because you have to be limited. You have to be unlimited a subscriber to get it. Come on, people. Where we getting the money? Where are they spending this money? And the ticket prices are expensive in the Big East tournament, NCAA tournament. Where is this money coming from? And where's it going?
Bill, who's going to win the Rumble?
I don't know.
Roman going to win? Will Roman going to win? They putting Roman over. They putting Roman over. All right, Bill.
It's all set up, man.
Of course it is. Bill, final thoughts.
My final thoughts is positive. Like, let's see if the Pirates continue their winning streak. They're going on the road. They're playing a tough Villanova team, a Creighton team. We beat Creighton the last time. We had to come back by 15 points. We'll see what happens. And speaking of the Ken Palm, you was talking about that, Tom. In the media notes here today, it says Seton Hall has improved 46 spots in Ken Palm from opening night, tying them with Virginia for the largest leap of any Power 5 schools. So that's my final point, my final thoughts of today's show, and wish the Pirates luck on the road.
Thank you, Bill. Tom, final thoughts.
Yep, a win's a win. It wasn't pretty. We got to move forward. We know we have some tough games coming up. Shooting the three is going to be critical, as hopefully he's got the right personnel on the court when we need to hit those threes. And I'm looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to that Villanova game. I think we can win that game. I really do. Actually, Ken Palm just changed us to 51.
Whoa!
Oh, wow! God.
Wow!
Well, it's when games are happening today. This thing's like a live board, so it's all right. As long as we're in the top 55, we have a shot. So,
wow.
So Nick, what are your thoughts for Wednesday night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm, Bobby will kill me, but I think Willard's a very good coach. I think the matchup between Willard and Shaw is a classic. I would think that they're going to be favored at home, maybe like 5 or something. But I like what Brian said. The next 2 games at Nova, at Creighton, let's get a split out of it, and we'll be okay. Yep. But if we don't, it's not the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. Everyone's going to think it is, but we can come back. So my final thoughts are, let me just say this: 2 years ago, I didn't know, or a year ago, 2 years ago, I didn't know Tom O'Brien and I didn't know Bill Hathaway. The Seton Hall basketball community is bringing us all together in a positive fashion as fans. And we're providing this opportunity. And Matt Palm's hopping on. Brian DiNovella's hopping on. Lou Monaco. This is your show, guys. And when I thought of this, Christine and I came up with this concept. That's what we wanted. We wanted a place for Seton Hall fans to come after the game and share their thoughts on the game. So this is great. I'm ecstatic. Tom Eccles, Patrick Quinn, thank you for giving us the opportunity. God bless everyone. Good night and go